Hi, Audrey, and welcome to the MFAA conference, Think Like a Customer video interview. Thank you for agreeing to come today. I hope I haven't taken too much time out of your day for this one.
So good. Thanks for having me.
No worries. So a little bit about, obviously, this one here. Recently, Audrey had settled on her loan with a Neo Smart Bank. And I wanted to have a chat with you today about your experience and how that's obviously, impacted your finance journey.
Because I just didn't think that it was something that I wanted to do because I knew that from my previous experience, it would take way too long. It would be a convoluted process and it was going to be overwhelming. I didn't think to organize it because it just was too much that I had to handle, I thought. So no, when I spoke to you about refinancing because there was nothing else to do during our new COVID reality, I was surprised to learn that I could actually do a lot of it remotely. I was really surprised that there wasn't going to be many roadblocks that would be presented towards me, even though I can't get out of my 5 kilometer radius. I didn't have that issue at all. There was no, like I said, roadblocks that I had to go past so that I could actually get a refinance. So me putting it off for so long wasn't warranted.
I guess that's the current industry where it's moving towards having that obviously remote ability. And, some lenders still, are catching up with that particular pace. Others, are leading the way for that type of technological innovation. So look, a little bit about that and in relation to your experience about obviously doing everything remotely with this new lender that you had refinanced to. So how did you find the whole digital signing of documents? How was the experience in that sense where did you find that to be, I guess, a more seamless process?
Most definitely. I thought that it was it's the right thing to do given that nowadays we're always on our screens. It makes sense that things are moving towards digital signing, like signing my contracts through using my touch iPhone, for example, because like I said, we're on our screens for say 4 hours, 6 hours a day. It makes sense that things like this can be done digitally. Something that I was just thinking was that I haven't written a handwritten letter in so long. I haven't handwritten a letter in so long that it's unfamiliar. So being able to digitally sign a contract or digitally sign anything for that matter, it makes sense to me. I think it's it was a positive experience, and like I said at the start, it was seamless.
Fantastic. So a little bit about, obviously, just in more, I guess, the security element of those digital signatures. Did you have any feeling of, insecurity at all, going through that digital process?
No, I didn't have any issues or concerns with the security of signing it digitally. Something that I just think about is that we pay for things just touching our phone to a card reader, and then letting our phone Face ID us. So the fact that we trust in that and we're okay with that, I was okay and felt secure in providing my signature digitally. It was no problem to me.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I guess, look, it's true. Everything's contactless now. You've got banks that have NCF or NFC, I believe it's called, or the enable contactless payment and have your card on your phone. So look, makes sense, I guess. A little bit, I guess, aside from, that, I guess, mortgage process, you also referred to a financial planner. Just obviously get more of an understanding of your personal setup and your personal insurances and, making sure you have the right coverage in place, especially doing that refinance with your loan. I guess it was a good time for yourself to, sit down with somebody. How did you find that, knowing that you couldn't actually sit down with a financial planner, had to be conducted over a video conference?
I found that it was perfectly fine for me, because the content of our conversations wasn't going to change according to whether I see the financial planner face to face or not. So it's not like we're going to be talking about a different thing if we're face to face. The content of it was going to be the same regardless. Yeah. So it being conducted through the phone, through video conferencing, it wasn't an issue from my point of view, and it actually made it feel like it was something that we could do whenever we wanted. Like the usual work hours, for example, are 9 to 5, and we weren't restricted to that. I had my meeting with them at around like after hours, because they were committed to other things too. So we had so much more flexibility, and it's kind of, to me, a plus side of it being in the comfort of my home.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a very great point you've made. You know, I'm noticing as well myself that, you know, a lot of finance professionals, and even outside finance specifically, that, you know, people are operating after hours more so, and in the comfort of their home. So I've noticed, you know, productivity levels have definitely increased, but at different times of the day. And I guess that's just, you know, the adaptation that people have, I guess, put into this particular, you know, unprecedented time that we're in. And, it's working well. It's working differently, and it seems that it's actually benefited you in a really great way. So, did you get a lot out of your financial planning experience with? I believe it was Ruby. Is that right?
Yes, I did.
Fantastic.
I got a lot of insight from her, because something I put off as well, because I just thought I don't know, I didn't want to go through the hoops, but there wasn't any hoops that I really needed to go through. So I was making those hoops up in my own mind, you know. So having her so accessible just made it a lot easier for me. It was a
how, like, if you don't mind me asking, Audrey, when was the last time, you know, you had actually gone through a similar process with this?
Like for the loan or for the financial planner?
Honestly, this just your whole entire review of your circumstance. Was it since you had settled on your property, or?
Yeah, it would have been 4 years. Yeah. So I just constantly put it off, because I was turned off from the first experience being so overwhelming. In my first experience, I was going between branches, organizing bank checks, and actually having to go to the conveyancer and dropping off the bank check. Yes, it wasn't a pleasant experience for a 23-year-old signing off saying, yeah, for the next 30 years, I'm definitely okay and cool with paying my rent to this bank.
Right.
So, yeah, so like it was something that was just put off against, because in that first experience, the contracts were just pages and pages that were printed. And I had the broker sitting across from me waiting expectantly while I read through all of the stipulations, you know.
It seems a little bit intimidating, I guess.
Yeah, it was intimidating. Because you just felt like I don't know, just that expected waiting from them across from you,
like an obligation to sign, almost like, you know, like a pressure. That was the feeling that I recall. So I was always hesitant to refinance, even though I knew that I definitely needed to, because of the fact that I just didn't have a pleasant experience last time. Look, completely understand where you're coming from. And I guess, you know, with the digital era, it gives you that time to review in the comfort of your home, you know, all the compliance documents that we send through. There is no pressure. There is no broker waiting on the other end for you to sign in your face, right? You know, you've given the time to obviously review that. Now, I guess that stems on the, you know, on the back of how long was the process that we had gone through for your refinance?
It went by so quickly, because it was fast. I would say like 2 weeks, maybe 2.5.
For the whole process.
It felt like it flew right by. The approval process for sure was within, I would say within the 2 weeks. I can't remember, but it was really fast.
Okay. That was very quick. And I guess the whole process did take approximately 2 to 3 weeks. But in that time, obviously, you had everything was reviewed. You had a financial planner that you had a video conference with. Do you feel satisfied? Are you happy that or content, I guess, in the fact that you've gone through that review process?
Oh, most definitely. not only about my just like the financial positives in that I save quite a bit of money, just the fact that like just the fact that I was able to reassess my whole situation in such a succinct manner without having, like I said, what like we talked about earlier, without having that pressure of obligation on me, and being able to do it in my own home at my own terms. It was completely positive and seamless experience. I regret waiting for so long. If anything.
Well, look, I'm glad that I was able to assist you, and I'm really glad that you've had that positive outcome. I look forward to obviously assisting you further in the future and managing your portfolio. I did have one last question. I do ask obviously everyone that comes onto this interview, what would you like to see more of come out of this finance industry or finance experience? Is there anything that you would want to see, I guess, change, or you want more of, or you thought was very positive, I guess, in your recent experience?
I think just the fact that things are moving into a digital space. People are spending so much more time on their screens. It does, and people are always opting in for email correspondence instead of letter correspondence. I think it's just telling of the way things are changing, how people are shifting into the digital space. So seeing the finance sector, I guess, making advantage of the fact that we do have technology that can facilitate their requirements or their needs. It's really good to see, because we are on our screen so much that being able to just do it on the fly when we're on the couch it feels a lot faster. It's more seamless. So
more relaxed, of course.
way more relaxed, and I don't have to be worried about moving from office to office to meet different people or printing things out when I don't have a printer. So I really like seeing the finance sector take advantage of all these new technologies, and I would like to see them continue in that space. So
yeah, fantastic.
It was a for sure.
Absolutely, Audrey. Look, thank you so much for coming on today. I won't take too much of your time, but I wish you all the best for your finance endeavors, and I hope to assist you obviously further in the future. And look, this is the world we're in. It's becoming more easy, for the client's experience. And it looks like that, the fact that you were able to do everything in a relaxed environment seems to have worked really favorably for yourself mentally, and also, financially speaking, and all other elements as well. But like I said, thank you so much, Audrey. And look, I wish the best.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Have a good day.
You too.